For the record, this matter is before the court on the plaintiff's motion to modify custody and or parenting time, as well as motion for order to show cause. This hearing is being conducted via Zoom. The present is the plaintiff father, Michael Rodriguez. In addition, attorney Stephen Rotenberg is present, representing defendant mother, Chelsea Rodriguez. Ms. Rodriguez is present. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Judge.
The parties have conferred at length with Ms. Brower from the front of the court this morning, who has provided the court with the following recommendation: that both parties must submit proof to the front of the court and the court that the SMILE program and the High Conflict Solutions Workshop have been completed within 7 days. The children shall attend Monroe Public Schools as previously ordered. Mother shall ensure the children attend Monroe Public Schools no later than tomorrow, September 5, 2024. Mother shall not leave the children unattended for any period of time during her parenting time. And finally, that show cause be dismissed. That is the recommendation. Mr. Rodriguez, do you understand the recommendation this morning?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any objection to the court adopting the recommendation?
No, the only thing I ask is for like the drop-off time is if she can come pick up her children when it's her time, because I've had my girlfriend go out there and she's failed to even show up to where it was for over an hour and then doesn't answer anyone's calls when it's time to pick up my children. And this is the main reason why, because she keeps keeping them against me or just leaving them alone.
None of this was brought up. None of this was brought up in front of you.
I just filed a complaint, Stephen. Yes, it was brought up.
It was not brought up. Not in
all
this
right, well,
motion.
it's in the courts. So the complaint I just filed shows all that.
That's not up for today. That's not relevant for today.
I had the police number and everything if you guys need it.
If there's an issue with exchanges, we'll address that this morning.
That's fine. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to address.
Every week. So if there's an issue regarding exchanges and the time of exchanges, we'll address that this morning.
Okay, Judge. Couple things.
Just a minute. Hold on, Mr. Rotenberg. Hold on. Ms. Brower, I'm trying to go through this thick file here. Is there any time where the parties meet right now for exchanges or where they meet? Perhaps they should meet at the law enforcement agency at a certain time.
Your Honor, I believe that they meet. It's in a recent order. Give me just a moment.
It's at the Canton Police Station. At like 6 o'clock.
Mr. Rodriguez.
The dispute between Michael and Chelsea Rodriguez begins. Court reviews motions about custody changes and parenting time. Both sides appear tense from the start.
Where do you propose that you meet for the exchanges? And I'll ask Mr. Rotenberg what he proposes.
Well, I'm just asking. She says she has off like an hour throughout the day here and there. So within her hour on my time, if it's possible, she could bring them to me during the day. And then my girlfriend watches them, like it's been previously stated, throughout the day until I get off of work. But she just fails.
Hold on, Mr. Rotenberg. Stop. Mr. Rotenberg, don't interrupt, please. I'm not going to interrupt you. Please do not interrupt. Otherwise, I'm going to mute you. Please.
But yeah, so the last time I was supposed to pick up my children, it was probably about 2 weeks ago. My girlfriend went to pick them up at the Canton Police Station at around 6 o'clock, like we're supposed to. And Chelsea was just nowhere to be found. I texted, called, no answer. And probably till a couple of days ago, she finally answered me. I just haven't got a chance to even get a hold of my daughter. I don't know how my kids are doing. Yeah, I'm just confused on what's going on right now. But if she can meet me, if she can come this way for her children when it's time to pick up, I'll drop them off to her. That's fine when it's her time. But she can pick them up when it's her time. But I'm not. I feel like it's just. You can't
communicate with Ms. Rodriguez about these simple things?
No, I can't. Unfortunately, he won't answer me.
Your Honor, if I may.
Chelsea. Sorry. I thought it was Chelsea
Brower.
Referee Homrich on August 14th recommended that the parties exercise all parenting time exchanges at the Flat Rock Police Department. That 21-day objection period ends this Friday. Neither party has filed an objection to that as of today.
All right, so I got to file an objection.
I'm sorry, that was in August?
August 12th.
Recommended order?
August 14th. It's a
Okay, so
recommendation at this point. I don't believe the court has it in its file.
Yes, not in the court's file. And that provided the parties meet at where the Flat Rock Police Department?
The Flat Rock, yes.
At what time? Does it have specific times?
It does not.
Okay.
The parties would follow the previous court order for parenting time. I believe that gives father alternating weekends, Thursday at 6 to Monday to school or 9 a.m.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I may, the friend of the court also did an investigation and recommendation as far as parenting time. Neither party has motioned the court to adopt it, but the friend of the court's recommendation is to give mother alternating weekends, Friday at 6 to Sunday at 6, and that the children remain in Monroe Public Schools.
And Judge,
Yes,
we would
Mr.
object.
Rosenberg?
We would object to part of that recommendation, and I'll explain why.
Well, if that's
Ms.
not an
Rod-
objection, Mr. Rosenberg, I mean, in front of the court, the referee recommended order, that will take effect if there's not a written objection filed within 21 days.
Right. We're mixing. Okay. I think what we're doing is we're mixing recommendations and orders a little bit, that there's multiple ones out here.
The court orders both parents to complete parenting programs within 7 days. Mother must ensure kids attend school immediately. Concerns raised about children being left alone.
This morning, Ms. Brower recommended, or is about to recommend, that the children remain in the Monroe Public Schools and the parenting time remain as follows. MCL 722.31 is the 100-mile rule, and that allows a parent to move within 100 miles without the court's permission. Ms. Rodriguez moved to Canton, which is about 40 minutes away by car from city center to city center from Monroe, to get a better job, which is in the best interest of the children. If she was to keep the children in Monroe Public Schools, that would force her to drive back and forth to Monroe 4 times or do 2 round trips a day during the school year. The kids would be in the car for at least an hour and a half a day more than they otherwise would be. They would not be able to participate in extracurriculars near where they live during the school week, and it would interfere with their ability to make friends with their new schoolmates in their new neighborhood. Now, Ms. Rodriguez probably should have asked for the court's permission to change that order, to change where the children are enrolled. But there's no real difference that I know of between Canton Public Schools and Monroe Public Schools. And I think it would be in the best interest of everybody, wear and tear on the car, reducing the amount of travel time, reducing the amount of driving, because these children, I think, might go to different schools. I'm not sure if they all go to the same one or not. But as a practical matter, it puts a huge burden on them to drive in this car going back and forth. Okay, she could move up there without the court's permission. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing all that different that I'm aware of, as I said, between Canton Public Schools and Monroe Public Schools. So I'd say that we adopt the order, except that she can enroll them in the Canton Public Schools, because Mr. Rodriguez doesn't have them during the school week. It's on information and belief he doesn't drive.
I have a car right here.
Okay, well, maybe you do. Then I stand corrected. But as a practical matter, Ms. Rodriguez has a better paying job than she had before, earns more than she ever did, has benefits for the kids that she never had, and all this would do is basically force her to have to ask the court's permission to do what she's allowed to do by right, because that previous order might have been a little bit more restrictive than it otherwise should have been. It possibly should have said something along the lines, the public schools where the parties live, or something like that. Because there's nothing, I'm unaware of any inherent property other than geography that would differentiate Monroe Public Schools from the Canton Public Schools. So that would be the extent of my objection to the recommendation. Now, as for all the other, now, as Mr. Rodriguez,
Father complains about missed exchanges at the police station. He says mother ignores calls and doesn't show up on time. This causes him to lose.
Let me finish. Now, as for the other thing, we have a bit of chaos here, in that I filed an appearance, and I did send it to Mr. Rodriguez, I believe, on the 12th. The appearance itself says that I request copies of everything filed in this case. I haven't received anything from Mr. Rodriguez. I haven't received his most recent objections. I got that from the friend of the court. I
Isn't it on the court?
I have not received anything, and I requested them, and he's wants to be his own attorney. I would like copies of those files. I haven't received them. The other thing too is the other thing. It doesn't matter.
You could easily get that yourself.
Mr. Rodriguez, do not interrupt, please.
The other thing too that we have with this is he likes to file objection after objection after objection after objection, zillions of them, and then he mixes them all up and tries to fight them all at once. And it adds to the confusion of the case. So I don't really see anything other than a power play issue here favoring Mr. Rodriguez having the children in the Monroe Public Schools if they're near Ms. Rodriguez. The other thing too with this is there's that it's obviously these parties don't get along, but also Mr. Rodriguez has unclean hands. Both parties were ordered to participate in certain programs. I don't know if my client has or hasn't, but we sure as heck don't know if Mr. Rodriguez has or hasn't either, because again, there's been no proof.
I filed.
He hasn't given. As the attorney of record, and I am entitled to all filings. And if you want to play lawyer, we're all supposed to play by the court rules. Those are the rules of the road, so we don't have chaos. And this has become one hand clapping. So if Mr. Rodriguez, I would ask that Mr. Rodriguez give me copies of everything that's been filed in this case. Number one. Number two, we would ask that the court entertain allowing Ms. Rodriguez to have the children in Canton Public Schools, because there's no good reason to have them driving back and forth an hour and a half every day. Plus I don't quite know what time her shift starts or how this interplays with any latchkey programs or anything like that. I believe Ford starts pretty early in the morning, and I don't know, if memory serves me right, I think it might be a 7 o'clock shift. I don't know how the heck that this would even be feasible. We don't want to endanger her job.
So who's watching the kids?
The kids.
Mr. Rodriguez, can you mute? We're going to mute you, Mr. Rodriguez. You keep interrupting.
And as for who's watching the kids, Mr. Rodriguez, during the school year, if they're in school, it doesn't really matter. They're being watched by school staff. That's what we're talking about right now.
Issues and proper meeting location. Police station is confirmed as the safest exchange point. Judge steps in his arguments and interrupts.
Other issues with latchkey or daycare or other things like that, we can deal with that at another time. But right now we have a serious issue here as to adding hundreds of miles of road travel to these children's lives every week. And that's not in their best interest.
Thank you, Mr. Rosenberg.
Thank you.
Mr. Rosenberg, without question, Ms. Rodriguez, she can move to Canton. She can. But changing the schools on her own, that is not permissible without this court allowing that. She can't just unilaterally change the school district for the children. Mr. Rosenberg, have you received a copy of the recommendation of Catherine Scott dated August 26, 2024?
I'm unsure, Judge. I do not know. I don't have it in the file in front of me, but that does not necessarily mean I don't have it.
The referee Homrick on June 25th?
Yes, I have that. Yes.
Her recommendation is at the issue of school district, and she denied the request to modify parenting time. She recommended that mothers have parenting time week on, week off during the summers, that they both complete the high conflict solutions parenting workshop, and that the issue of parenting time and choice of school district for 2024-25 school year be referred to the front court for investigation recommendation. Catherine Scott completed a investigation. She issued a report dated August 26, 2024. She indicates that she interviewed both the children, the 10 and 7-year-olds who were old enough to be interviewed, that defendant mother failed to cooperate in any way with the front of the court during this first parent time investigation. She did not respond. She was mailed a questionnaire. She was asked to make a phone interview. She did not respond at all or cooperate with the front of the court regarding this investigation. So the recommendation of Catherine Scott is that the children attend Monroe Public Schools to provide continuity, consistency for the children. That's where the children have been. not unilaterally change them to Canton schools where they're not familiar with. And further, that mom's parenting time during the school year be alternating weekends, Friday at 6 until Sunday at 6.
Again, but Judge, again, if she's got them Friday at 6 till Sunday at 6, it makes no sense. Chelsea, shush. It makes no sense to force her to drive back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And there is no, and as for consistency with schools, Judge, as you know, every few years you wind up in a new school. School friends and school things are inconsistent. You're in with a new class or whatever. You know, my kids complain, oh, I'm in with my friends, I'm not in with my friends, etc. The fact is they'll make new friends.
Escalates over school change after mother moved cities. She enrolled kids in a new school without court approval. Father objects strongly to this.
And as for the consistency from one year to the next, there's no, it really doesn't make a difference. The issue really is just during the school year, because parents pick up and move all the time. So I'm not entirely sure that extra verbiage about consistency, other than amplification, is really justified, because they are enrolled in school.
Right. Mr. Rohrberg, there's been no petition filed with this court to change school districts. The mother has just unilaterally decided she's going to do this on her own. There's been no petition filed with the court to change the school district of the child to make that an issue, and school has begun this week. So the court at this time is of the opinion that children need consistency, continuity, and that they will continue in their current schools, Monroe Public Schools. And Ms. Rodriguez shall return the children to school tomorrow morning, unless you want to bring them back to dad this evening. The court will adopt Ms. Brower's recommendation, and in addition, the court's going to adopt the recommendation of Catherine Scott. Obviously, Ms. Rodriguez did not cooperate in any form or fashion to respond and to provide input from the court. So parenting time for the mom will be week on, week off during the summers. During the school year, beginning this weekend, mom will have alternating weekends, Fridays at 6 till Sunday at 6. The exchange will occur at the Flat Rock Police Department.
Judge, we would ask that Mr. Rodriguez's girlfriend not be allowed to pick up the children, that Mr. Rodriguez himself have to pick up the children.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, do you have someone else? Obviously, if there's a
no, Mr. Rodriguez himself. Only.
All good. Don't even worry about it. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it.
Mr. Rodriguez, do you have a driver's license?
Of course I have a driver's license, yes. Yeah, okay. I can meet there. That's fine. No biggie.
So you'll pick up and drop off the children then on drop them off at 6 o'clock on Friday, and you pick them up on the Sunday at 6 o'clock?
Yep.
All right. So we'll put that in the
Friday, if we could do earlier,
do all the transportation.
If we could do earlier on Friday, Your Honor, because if I can't have my girlfriend meet, it's gonna have to be earlier on my time then.
Well, we're not concerned about your girlfriend.
On Friday, I could do Sunday all day. No big.
6 o'clock.
No, that's
Friday,
fine. But she doesn't want to meet my girlfriend, so I'm saying I can't do Friday at 6 o'clock. It has to be earlier. Is what I'm saying.
Okay,
if that's what she wants, unless she wants to meet my girlfriend.
Okay,
I go into work at 3.
You can't do it, Mr. Rodriguez. Perhaps we can do it Saturday morning.
Okay, so make it 5. Can you do it 5 o'clock, Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, sir.
All right. So the parenting time exchange will be at 5 o'clock on Friday and 5 o'clock on Sunday.
Perfect.
So
she can bring the kids whenever
to that Flat Rock Police Department.
No problem.
So, Ms. Rodriguez, do you want to take the children to school in the morning? You're going to take them back to
ability, and rules kids must stay in current school. Mother is criticized for not cooperating with court investigation. New parenting schedule is officially set.
You take them to school in the morning. You can take them back to Mr. Rodriguez this evening. What makes the most sense?
Well, I work. She doesn't want to meet
Rodriguez. Chelsea Rodriguez. You're going to take the children back to Mr. Rodriguez. There are children in your possession this morning. Is that correct?
Are they in mine? I'm sorry.
Yes. Where are the children this morning?
They're at school out here.
Okay.
Because school started.
The court has ordered they be returned to Monroe Public Schools. Do you want to take them to school in the morning? Or do you want to take them back to Rodriguez this evening?
Okay, Your Honor, okay. Respectfully, I need to speak about this because you're putting them in a school district. You think this is consistency?
Okay. The court will order Ms. Rodriguez that you meet the Flat Rock Police Department at 6 o'clock tonight.
Judge,
at 5
we just
o'clock
froze.
tonight.
I have
I-
no
So that's not good for Mr. Rodriguez. Exchange children at 5 o'clock tonight, and so that Mr. Rodriguez can give them to Monroe Public Schools in the morning.
No.
That
You're
would-
not letting me speak.
Judge,
The kids have been
Ms. Rodriguez,
school district
Ms. Rodriguez, hold on. Ms. Rodriguez, the court's gonna order you.
again.
I'm gonna mute Ms. Rodriguez for a minute. Ms. Rodriguez, if you're saying no to this court, you're not gonna play this court order, then I'm gonna order you to appear this afternoon in this court with the children. You come down here this afternoon and we'll start contempt proceedings. If you're telling this court you're gonna ignore this court's order, then you appear personally in this court this afternoon at 3 o'clock with the children. Do you understand that? Is that what you want to do? Okay, mute her. We're gonna mute her. Your response. Okay, your response, Ms. Rodriguez?
Respectfully, you're not allowing me to say
Ms.
what
Rodriguez, this court is ordering that you appear with the children at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Ms. Rodriguez, you be here too to pick up the children.
I'm
Be down
not,
here.
I'm not doing that. They're not.
Mr.
Judge,
Goldberg, if
fine.
you're not here at 3 o'clock this afternoon in this court, the court's gonna issue a bench warrant for arrest. That would conclude this hearing. You gotta zoom out.
Judge, hang on, Judge. I
We
have
are
a question
done,
for
Mr.
you.
Goldberg. If she doesn't appear at 3 o'clock, the children's afternoon, the court's gonna issue a bench warrant for arrest. She's ordered to appear at 3 o'clock this afternoon with the children.
No.
We're done. Zoom out.
Chelsea, you're showing up with the kids.
Like, what?
Mr. Rodriguez, appear at 3 o'clock to pick up the children. I'm sorry, Miss Brown.
Is to follow the court's immediate order. Judge warns her to appear in court with the children. Hearing ends with a bench warrant threat for arrest.